vaccination card mandate to create more Sandra Bland's and more Breonna Taylors. It ends here. Consider yourself served.
Right.
Cancel Carmine.
All right, guys. So that is BLM, right? Making themselves useful idiots, or at the very least, initially, I thought they would make themselves useful idiots. But, you know, as this whole thing kind of evolves, it just kind of seems like they're idiots. But we'll get more into that later. But before I get in this video, I got to give my disclaimer. I'm not making any claims about the vaccine, the mask, the pandemic, the virus. I'm not making any claims whatsoever. If you have any questions about the virus, the vaccine, the mask, the pandemic, please consult your doctor. Please consult your doctor. This video is purely about public policy, and it's about public policy only. Now, back to BLM. As they fulfill their promise to show up and protest at Carmine's restaurant in New York City because they allegedly used the vaccine passport requirement, the mandate from the liberal Democrat city of New York, as an excuse to racially profile 3 black women. That's the story from BLM, right? That's the alleged story. So they showed up to protest at the restaurant, but it very quickly, like all of the BLM protests / riots, turned into a race-based riot very quickly. That really just proved that they are not useful idiots. They are actually just idiots.
Today we are here for black women, the most unprotected, the most disrespected, and the most neglected person in this nation is the black woman.
Right.
On the basis of race. I'm disgusted by the narrative that Carmine has created. Now everyone today in their new press release had a vaccination card. Remember, these black women, these professionals, the doctor who worked on Capitol Hill of this nation was called a moron. Why we are out here today, it's about protecting black women in this city. It's about protecting all black people. Because the stats show that 72% of black people in this city from ages 18 to 44 are unvaccinated. So what is going to stop the Gestapo, I mean the NYPD? What is going to stop them from rounding up black folks? What's going to stop them from snatching black people off the train? Snatching black people off the bus? What is going to stop them from doing this? We are.
Okay, and I love black people. But if you was a black
Racist hostess standing right here, y'all. She was nasty to black people. They asked for a vaccine passport. She showed it to them, and when they showed it to them, she said it was a fake. Once these black people were let in, she walked by their table and gave them more. Then when they came back outside, she was still talking greasy, and the employees had to hold her back. Y'all don't understand what I'm saying. These black women were supposed to be the aggressors. They were supposed to be.
This white man said he was a white American. So that's your privilege to bump a black woman?
So yes, guys, you see, like I said, it turned into a race based thing rather than actually a focused policy protest, right? They're basically protesting the man because he's white, right? And that's not the only one that I've seen. I also saw other videos of them basically harassing people in the street, women, calling them Karens, okay? And also harassing a guardian angel, right? Somebody who, again, is supposed to be there to help protect the streets of New York, okay? So they're going after everybody except who they actually should be protesting, which is at City Hall, right? You're supposed to be protesting against the politicians, right? You know, it's one thing to go to the restaurant and to voice your displeasure for the alleged racism that happened there, right? But if the root of the issue, which, you know, they acknowledge, right, at the beginning of this video, is the vaccine mandates, if that's the root of your issue, then you need to go protest at City Hall. You have to make your voices heard to the politicians that put the mandates in place in the first place. Because this restaurant, at least it sounded like to me, when I was reading about this, didn't even want to enforce the mandate. Because they did it late, right? They didn't start actually enforcing it until weeks later after it was actually implemented. So they probably didn't even want to enforce it in the first place. But because they've been forced by the government to enforce it, to follow the rules, it led to this situation. So you're really protesting the wrong people. You really should not be protesting at the restaurant. It's not the restaurant's fault they have to do that. What you really should do is go to City Hall, talk to the politicians. But again, guys, this is par for the course when it comes to BLM, right? So much energy directed in the wrong place, right? Just like last year. They spent more time protesting, tearing up their own neighborhoods, places where they live, businesses, terrorizing people's lives and things that had nothing to do with their actual issue instead of protesting at town hall, right? That's what they should be doing. That's what they should be doing. They should take their issues to the politician. And you really can't even tell what their issue is because they made the whole thing about race. They made the whole thing about race. Is your issue the alleged racism or is it the vaccine mandates? Which one is it? You can't tell because y'all made the whole damn thing about race. You made the whole protest about race, which really doesn't get you that far. It's not getting you that far. It's really creating more division. It's making people feel like, I don't know about this. We was kind of, you know, open-minded to what you guys was protesting. But now it's like all y'all doing is out here race baiting. That's what you're doing. And although black people may be disproportionately affected by the mandates, because of X, Y, and Z reasons, they're not the only people that's affected by it. They're not the only people. So if you actually want to unify people around an issue, right, that's going to disproportionately help black people, maybe you might want to be open-minded with who you're trying to look out for, right? And not just make it about black folks. Make it about everybody. Make it about everybody that has to deal with this. But they're sitting here going after this business because of some alleged racism in which, you know, again, the situation wouldn't happen if they were not forced to abide by these mandates from the government. This is why I say that they're not even useful idiots anymore. They're just idiots, right? You can't depend on them to do anything right. Can't get it right. Can't even get the basics right. Everything has to turn into a race riot for them. So, like I said, man, yeah, BLM just completely screwed this whole thing up. And this is why they're a massive failure of an organization. This is why they can't get anything done. This type of stuff right here, everything for them is about race. They have no actual vision or a way of going about actually getting the policy changes that they seek, tackling the core issues. And this is just an example of that. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a black conservative perspective. Peace.